Pac-Man 2!
Howdy folks, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. This game came out for the SNES and Sega Genesis in 1994, and in Japan, it was also known under the title Hello, Pac-Man! And this game is definitely 90s as hell. The radical rock and roller. Because I'm sure when everybody thinks of Pac Jr., radical rock and roller is obviously what immediately comes to mind. No, I'm kidding. As if anyone thinks of Pac Jr. But yeah, this game is one that I grew up with as a kid. Similar to my Digimon World LP, I have a lot of fond memories of this game, even though it's really bizarre and kind of frustrating at times. And it's a very interesting game. It's called Pac-Man 2, and it is a direct sequel to the arcade Pac-Man game that we all know and love. But it just couldn't be any further from the original one. It's basically a side-scrolling point-and-click action adventure. Like I said, it's very, very interesting and kind of bizarre. And right away, Pac-Man is getting pretty meta with us, throwing back the veil between video game character and video game player. This is the tutorial he's setting up, and it's not like I could skip it if I had wanted to, but it doesn't take too long, so I figured, why not? Let's just show off some of the mechanics. Pac-Man is filmed before a live studio audience. The primary mechanic of this game is the Slingshot ability, which you can use to shoot objects, or Pac-Man himself, or other characters. And this is primarily how you interact with the world. So I'm getting kind of mixed messages here, because Pac-Man's telling me to use a slingshot. It's almost as if he doesn't want me to cause wanton destruction to his property, but I'm just doing what you told me, fella. And that is the other major game mechanic. And for the life of me, I don't know why he's looking up to find his mail. Like what? Are you expecting them to airdrop it in? Come on, man. You're not even trying. But he got his mail. He's pretty pumped. It's not a bill, and they're not foreclosing on the house. Yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good day for him so far. But yeah, you can point out different directions for Pac-Man to look in. Up, down, left, and right. If you tell him to go left and right, that's just the direction he'll move from one screen to the other. And it turns out what Pac-Man actually wanted us to shoot was the window, so Pac Jr. could throw his paper airplane out. And this has gotta be Pac-Man's personal hell. Suspended in time, forever unable to reclaim his son's paper airplane. But as thrilling as it is to leave him there, to literally leave him hanging, that tutorial message will keep popping up if I do. So let's just get a move on. Oh, okay. Just remember, you asked for this. Great, you gave me a concussion. Now you're getting the hang of it. Now that we're friends and you've given me some massive brain damage, here's an important hint, which you might need to write down for me because of said brain damage. This game also does have power pellets, like from the arcade game, except these have a little bit of a twist to them. When the ghosts come around, Pac-Man becomes Super Pac-Man. He's the hero Pac-Man Town deserves, but not the one it needs right now. And there you go, that's the tutorial. And Ms. Pac-Man beckoning him inside, giving him the old come hither look. The old bedroom eyes. Let's see what she wants, if you know what I mean. As if you don't already know, you stud. Well, before we do too much exploring, let's just go back inside. Let's check on the house, check on the family. I'm not convinced that Pac Baby is really hungry. I think he's just faking. He just wants attention, that bum. Yeah, and really, if you go back inside, he just falls asleep on the floor. And there are a couple ways to wake him up. You can shoot the cuckoo clock, and that'll get him up and snap him out of it. Like, oh yeah, I'm trying to stop my baby from dying. Babies need food, that's right. You can also shoot the picture of old Grandpappy Pac-Man in the background, but if you wait long enough, it just falls down on its own. And for some reason, he chews us out for this, even though, does he not really understand gravity? Thankfully, Ms. Pac-Man puts him in his place for being kind of a deadbeat dad. Now that I think about it, I don't think that Pac-Man does know what gravity is. Especially since he was looking up in the sky for his mail. There are a couple different outcomes to this tree here. It's a bit of a gambling tree. Pac-Man, first you're sleeping instead of getting your child food, and now you're gambling? My God. What'll it be next? But there are a few different outcomes. First one was if there's like no matches. This one, what if you get all X's? Well, you get beaten up by a dog. Who proceeds to go right back to sleep. He's done his job. He can call it a day. Getting all apples really scares the hell out of the dog. And Pac-Man is happy even though he didn't get any apples. What? I don't get it. I guess it's the small victories. He wasn't mauled by a dog, so it's worth celebrating, I suppose. Another important mechanic of this game is Pac-Man's mood, and whether he's happy or sad will affect how he interacts with certain things. So if we eat a bunch of apples from the tree, he gets awfully smug. And I guess he's gonna be sharing some of this smugness with his neighbor here. Like, oh, did you know I got jackpot on that gambling tree outside? I don't mean to brag, but turns out he's kind of an asshole when he's that smug. Well, I've done all I can do. But if we shoot him in the face, he'll snap out of it. Start behaving like a responsible adult, and oh, maybe I should help this child move her sofa. And it's a win-win, because we get to help this little girl, and we also get part of a Pac-Man, Pac Jr. cartridge. Basically, there's an arcade where you can play the classic Pac-Man and Pac Jr. arcade games, which I will be getting to later in this video. I like how offended he gets here. Like, what? I moved this little brat's sofa and she leaves her mailbox open? But oh no, Pac-Man, what did you do? You broke it. Look at what you did, Pac-Man. Look. No witnesses though, right? Wrong. The dog saw. The dog saw everything. This guy's like, oh, wait! Someone breaking mailboxes out here? Pac-Man, ready to check out what's to the right of his house now. He's ready to put his mailbox transgressions behind him. But some people aren't so quick to forgive or forget. Word travels fast. His breaking a little girl's mailbox is the talk of the town at this point. Ain't I a stinker? I know you broke that little girl's mailbox, Pac-Man. I'm gonna get you! But yeah, there are a couple of ways of dealing with this farmer here. Another option is shooting him in the face. A tried and true method. And you can point out the pitchfork, but where's the fun in that? And what's about to happen is essentially a Rube Goldberg machine of misery and suffering. To go back to my point about Pac-Man's mood and happiness levels, if you keep playing these barrels here, something interesting happens. Dear God, what have I done? Well, say hello to Pac-Clam, everyone. Who's interesting because he just kind of like shuts out stuff that would normally be dangerous. But I think the gist of it is that when Pac-Man becomes so overwhelmingly happy, he just transforms into that monstrosity. He doesn't come up too often. There are really only like certain situations that you can get Pac-Clam. But when he does, oh boy. And I didn't mean to strike Pac-Man there, that was an accident. But that's a way that you can kind of regulate his mood. Like if he's a little too happy and you need him to behave, you can shoot him to knock him out of it. Get him back to his senses, as we've seen. But you can also get him like super bummed out if you do that, and he'll just be too unresponsive to do what you'll need him to do. So it's about finding the right balance, you know? And no, it's not possible for Pac-Man to just reach up and take the glass jar. The only way to get it is to knock it down with a crow. So... And you'll notice that the glass jar was free. There is no mention about milk being free. So, I think we're kind of a milk thief. Here's the inventory screen. We've got the pellets, the Pac Jr. cartridge, some security IDs, some public transportation passes, and our quest item. And what's interesting is that on the middle items, he's kind of bummed out talking about it. Public transportation? Oh. He's happy about the milk, though. Gotta bring this to Pac-Baby right away. You know what? On second thought, I can probably explore the village a little more. Look how excited he is. He's glad to be out of the house, quite frankly. Pac-Baby's had colic, he's been crying non-stop. Sometimes a man just wants a hot dog. You have to hope that that's why Pac-Man's judgment is so poor here. Because if it's not because of long, sleepless nights of Pac-Baby's crying, then he really is just a grown man chasing a cat down the street for a hot dog. And trying to fish it out of the garbage. I love that we can directly remind Pac-Man of his responsibilities, and he just hand waves it. Nah. Milk for Pac-Baby? No. Pac-Man's denied entrance, and he is furious about that. But like, the conductor's just doing his job. What are you, trying to ride the rails like a hobo? And it's kind of fast, but that garbage can had eyeballs on it. And if you shoot it, these ghosts come out. If any of the ghosts get off screen, they end up hiding again, so you just have to shoot them loose. But like, depending on the timing, just since you don't get a heck of a lot of time, you might end up having to use like multiple pellets on one instance. And sure, I'll take this ghost ID. Like, he's already dead. What's he gonna use it to get into? The cemetery? Please. Like I said, there is an arcade. To the right is Pac Jr., but we can't play that until we have all the cartridge pieces. And we only have one of 3 so far. And that really upsets Pac-Man for some reason. Like, we could play your original game if you wanted. That doesn't need any cartridge pieces. I didn't want to, because I didn't want to subject anybody to that, but... And again, Pac-Man, forgetting about gravity. It's all coming together, folks. This conspiracy obviously goes deeper than I thought. I was just making a joke, but I think he's got a real problem. But yeah, you can tell him to get out of the way. He somehow dodged that. Didn't quite look like it, but rest assured he did. Sure. What's the worst that can... Oh. There's something especially sad about watching Pac-Man try and skateboard. I don't know.
I'm going to be a real skater boy. Hello, small child.
He thinks he's a rad dad when really he's just a bad dad. Okay, and now that we got that out of our system, let's never speak of that again. I'm finally going to turn in Pac Baby's milk, but I'm going to have him do it as smugly as possible.
Yep, I'm back with the baby's milk. Only took me 3 hours. No big deal.
And look at Pac Baby's poor traumatized face there. A great help. Pac Baby's like, bullshit. He's clearly famished. My God. Someone called Child Protective Services.
Okay, the password is Wompstore.
Lucy loves fresh mountain flowers, and I love how miserable Pac-Man looks here.
Ah, jeez. Here we go.
He puts on a brave face for his wife, but he knows deep down it's not going to go well. He can't even leave the house without getting assaulted by bees and dogs. But somehow he's gonna climb a mountain and not get horribly murdered. Oh, sure.